Welcome to Date Night Podcast,
a tabletop role-playing game podcast set in the homebrew world of Volyanaya.
Let's explore a whole new world together.
So the prince looks up, sees you all starting to make tactical moves against him. Well, I guess the time for talking is done then.
No, but like...
Roll initiative. All right, so we've got Callum, Uriel, and the prince. All right.
And us.
I'm not rolling for you. I can roll for you if you'd like.
Sure.
It might be higher than mine.
My initiative, generally, I could say sure.
Okay, I'm good with that.
All right. This one was Callum. Not great. Oof. Actually, I'm going to put you over here. Have better separation. And oddly enough,
Uriel.
rolled really well.
He's going to take this for us.
It's my plan, you know? My plan. Chapter 2 of Potato Crew will be Uriel and
The
Friends.
saga of Uriel.
It turns out he's a level 17. Like, we chose the right guy.
Sure you did. All right.
Uriel dies from a heart attack.
Thüt.
He had
What'd you roll?
15.
15?
He was born with a hole in his heart.
Well, Wellby.
10
All right.
What's your dex?
plus 3.
What's your dex?
16.
10.5.
Yeah, I'll just put you up at 11 for funsies. I kind of put you on the line by accident there. That works too. So, the prince begins to tense up and charge, and that's how battle begins. Ally 2, Uriel. How did I roll?
Charge?
Yeah. Like he's getting up, he's tensing, and he looks like he's getting ready to engage.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like a DBZ thing. Okay, like, that's what we're doing.
He's going Super Saiyan.
Yeah, right. Like,
Cthulhu Mea. That's
yeah,
what we're going
like,
for.
whoa!
All right.
You just created a thing.
30 feet towards the prince, please.
He'll
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
His instructions were go behind him.
Yeah, his instructions actually were to go behind him. If you could move him more laterally for me, please. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, perfect. All right. And that's going to be his action.
Well, he can dash if he's just moving.
He can.
Want me to dash him?
Please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You just picture him
I know.
diagonal.
He can't
That's
see me if
probably
I
the
zigzag.
only way you're going to keep him alive, to be honest. All right, Thüt,
All right,
you're up.
Before we go, I have to be honest. Isn't it rough terrain?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Zigzagging back.
Sorry, I don't mean to be.
Hey, man, I'll move this guy all
I don't
day.
mean to be a spoiler sport, but
Now, Thüt. your
okay, great. Bonus action hex.
turn. Okay. I got to make a save for that.
No save.
No
on
save.
that.
No save for that? There's no save for that.
Disadvantage on wisdom saves.
All right.
It's just checks.
Excuse me. Checks. I'm sorry. My bad, dog. You are correct.
I'd like the saves.
Yeah,
'cause
me
most of
too,
my
but that's not
things
how it
are
works.
wisdom.
And I guess I'll use my movement to get right over there to kind of distract and engage. And I will Eldritch Blast him.
All right. Roll 2 attacks. Please.
Yep. I want to use my Cthulhu die. So
It's appropriate.
hopefully the Cthulhu die hit because the red one did not. It'd be, what is that? 12 plus. So 19.
19 hits.
Okay, so 1 hits for damage, which is nice. So he's going to dealt 100% of all the damage. Does that sound good? Great.
100% of all the damage
Of
you roll.
all the damage that it requires.
That you roll.
Let's see. So it's 7 plus charisma, 11 points of force damage, and I push him 10 feet away.
Okay.
No, sorry, I can't push. I pull 10 feet closer.
Okay.
Yep.
And the baby's dead.
He's dead.
Yay!
All right.
And that's it. That's move bonus.
You roll 2 attacks, don't you?
I did. One was a 1.
Oh, one was a 1. Sorry, didn't
That's
hear that
okay.
part.
Yeah, I
Can
rolled the
use-
red
Can I
die.
use my reaction and let him reroll as 1?
Sure.
It's an 18 plus.
That hits.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So then another. D10 or D6. Thanks.
Sure.
No, that wasn't intentional, and it was a 6. So I'm not going to do it. That's still not bad. So 8 plus 4, 12 more.
All right.
Force damage. Well, 9. No. 7's force, 5's necrotic.
Oh, that matters. What was the other one?
What was the total of the other one? I can tell you.
It was 11.
It was 11. It was a. I rolled higher on the other one. I think it was only 4 necrotic.
4, 2, 2.
So he's done 9 necrotic so far,
All right.
and the remainder's been force.
Shit. What is? So the first one was 11. So if that's 4, then there was
7
7
force.
damage. The second one was how much necrotic damage?
5
Math.
Yeah.
of the 12.
Right. So there's another 7. So 14.
So I don't know if this is good or bad.
He's not probably taking as much necrotic.
And then another 4.
That's kind of what I. That's my guess.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Okay.
Or maybe it's double.
Sure.
So you see the impacts of your Eldritch Blasts. One looks like it starts to go way off, but then some sort of preternatural force seems to curve it back on target, and it does strike into him.
Oh yeah, from the 1.
You're used to seeing these sort of black wisps of energy sap the strength out of your targets when you hit them with your Eldritch Blast. This one doesn't really seem to be doing that much.
Ah,
All right.
shucks and darn.
Is that your turn, Thüt? No movement?
Yeah, I did move.
You did move.
Yeah, I moved on my 30 feet reduced to 15.
I'm peering.
I understand.
over. Yeah.
Yep. So I moved by 3 spaces and then I attacked.
Cool. Maryna, you would be next.
I don't want to do this, but I'm doing it anyways. I'm activating my Crimson Right,
All right.
which means I lose health.
Reduce your HP total.
Which means I lose health.
Yep.
And I never regained all of it.
You're far away, too.
And that's your bonus.
Yep.
Okay.
So I've got my rapier in my hand, and now Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Go ahead, roll 2 attacks.
14 plus 5, 19.
19 hits.
19 plus 5.
Also hits.
Yay. 1d10 each. 4 and an 8 total, so 12.
12 total.
Pew pew.
Okay. Would you like to move?
Yeah.
I do, but I also don't want to get too far from them.
So where do we go?
Where would you like to go?
You only get 3 spaces.
I'm going to stay.
Okay. All right. So that's your turn. Wellby.
I'll use my movement. I got freedom of movement, so I can
That's right.
move that far. I'll I'm gonna cast Bless. What's the range on that? Not great.
30, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess I'll bless me, Thüt, and Callum.
It's a D4 on your D20 rolls.
2, 3, 4, 5. You can't quite reach Callum.
Could I move a little bit differently and reach him?
If you'd like to, yeah.
Without.
Yeah, that would reach.
All right. That's out of the prayer beads.
All right.
So you can add a D4 to your saves and your attacks. And I will pull up my spiritual weapon. That's a range of 60 feet. I'll toss that next to him. And I'm going to cast that
2,
at
3,
third
4,
level.
5, 6,
Put
me
it
out.
here if I need to.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you're in.
Okay. I'll cast that at 3rd level,
All right.
and I'll make an attack with it.
Yep, please do.
That's a natural 20.
That's
you
a good
guys
attack.
are rolling good so far.
Yeah, I'll take
They're
that.
rolling good so far. I did hit with my
You
Eldritch
hit
Blast.
Both.
Yeah, that's rolling
All my
good.
other rolls have sucked.
You haven't fucked up yet.
Yeah, I rolled a
Yet.
natural 1, but it corrected.
Yep.
So at 3rd level,
Course
that's
correction.
2d8. So at the crit, it's 4d8
Yeah.
plus 5.
Dope.
So that's 12.
The spiritual weapon plus your spell attack?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's another 13. So that's 25 plus 5, 30 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
Something tells me that's double damage.
You said 30?
30 points.
30 points, okay.
He's just a boy. How much health can he have?
And by the way, if
He's
you're
a-
listening,
he's an octopus
the
creature.
spell out of the prayer beads we determined doesn't count as a spell for action economy, so I'm allowed to cast that other spell as a bonus.
Correct.
And that's all my stuff.
All right.
I'm also concentrating on bless, if you can give me some bunny ears or something. Thank you.
All right, it is now Callum's turn. And he's going to test the waters a little bit. Move him up 2. And he's going to do a couple of Eldritch Blasts.
He can add a d4 to each of those to hit if he needs it.
All right, he's plus what?
We're all just a
Plus?
bunch of warlocks.
Yeah, I'm the only one who can. Uriel's about to throw his.
It's a
Eldritch
GI
Blast.
Joe battle, and then what's your spiritual weapon look like? A big meat cleaver,
Cleaver.
and then a giant meat cleaver appears out of the ethereal plane.
First one. First one misses. Second one, 5, 12, 14. No.
does not count as a weapon attack, correct? It has to be like a physical weapon.
The third one, even without the D4, is gonna hit. So only one hits.
Dang!
For your D. That was cocked. That's a 6 damage. Good opening round, you guys. Very good opening round. It is now his turn.
And everything's going to go sideways.
His wrath is focused on Uriel.
Yay! From this angle, it looks like he's peeing on your spiritual
Josh,
weapon.
if you can please move him
Circumcising.
30 feet towards Maryna.
Sure.
Wait, what?
Can he move in the
10.
difficult terrain, I guess?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
15. Are we doing 20?
Yeah.
25.
No, you gotta.
Okay.
Diagonals are 10.
Okay. Oh, you do 10? We just did 7.5, then 5. Yeah, because I think that's somebody did the math one day, so he was here. Okay, so
I don't know. I
5,
usually use
10,
hexes.
Come forward.
15, 20, 25, 30.
All right. And then 5, 10, 15, 20.
Does your spiritual weapon get a
Mm-mm.
no attacks of opportunity from the spiritual weapon?
Nope.
Is this Maryna over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then he's going to look at Maryna and
Not making eye contact.
but you can see him. So in your weird
I'm immune to fear from goo puppies.
whatever this sort of Ray Charles thing is you're doing with your head here, you do catch eye contact with him.
But I'm immune to fear for 24 hours thanks to goo puppies.
That's great. You're not immune to fear, you're immune to their fear.
fear.
He looks at you and he goes, "Do you mind laying down on the altar for me, please?" And that's going to be a
Don't
wisdom
want to.
saving throw, please.
You can't add. You're not in the blessed. Sorry. You're out of my range.
That was off the table. When's my birthday?
Irrelevant to this roll, but sure.
Friday?
The
Thursday?
13th?
Yeah.
I rolled a
yeah, Friday.
13.
Oh, that doesn't.
Damn it.
With your wisdom doesn't go up any higher than that.
I rolled an 11 plus 2.
Okay, so that's a no.
No, I don't want to.
You are
I don't want
charmed. You're not compelled to attack your friends, but
I don't want to be charmed.
I'm sorry. Whatever the Prince says, you react favorably to it and would obey.
At least there's difficult terrain.
It's gonna take you a
This
while to
is
get
true.
there.
This is true. So if you would please dash Maryna over to the altar.
No,
So she gets
6.
When it's not her turn.
It's not her. Oh, that's right. Sorry, my bad. You're right. Thank you. So that's his action and his movement. And he gets that back. All right. That's going to be his turn.
Okay.
Back up to the start. You've got good old Uriel. Please, 3 more squares forward.
3.
Yeah, he's coming through.
He's going to go ahead and dash.
Yeah! Block that altar, Uriel!
All right. That's going to be his turn. Thüt.
Thüt. I'm going to just take a step.
That's a big step.
5-foot step.
Thunk.
I'm 7'6". My stride's bigger than 3 feet.
It's still a large step.
You're a
I'm
large
just
step.
imagining Potter taking a big giant step
Yeah.
because he was almost 7 feet tall. Is almost 7 feet tall.
And then I don't know what I want to do. I guess I'm going to shoot him for now.
I guess.
Well, I was thinking about maybe doing something else. Like, that would be weird, right? You know what? Screws it. I get 2 spells. Let's do it. So this would be cast. Everything's cast at 4th. So this would be plus 4d4. At this point. So it would be 8d4. So I'm going to cast Cloud of Daggers on the infant baby child. There's my D, so I'm going to get out some little D4s.
You want some? I got some here.
I got,
I got
2.
2, so
Okay.
just to verify. I always forget if I can do damage now or if I have to wait.
Oh, yeah. If it's the creature enters for the first time on a turn or starts turn there, you'll have to wait.
Because, yeah, you fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube. Center on a point. The creature takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell area for the first time or on a turn,
Right.
or starts its turn there. So, would this be considered the first time on a turn?
No, isn't it the first time on its turn?
It doesn't say its turn. It says a turn.
First time on a turn? I don't know. That's DM call for sure.
Well, I'm going to say either way, whether it's the start of his turn or right now, he's still going to take the damage because he's either starting the turn in the Cloud of Daggers.
And he wouldn't take it again on the start of his turn. So
Right.
we're going to say once per turn if he's still standing there.
Right. I would
Okay.
say, yeah.
All right. So because it's the start.
Right.
So, all right. I'll roll it now then, and I won't roll it when the turn starts. And then moving forward,
It'll be when
On
creature
his-
when creature enters.
yeah. Or if it starts his turn there.
Right.
Yeah, because if he stays, he might just stay. You don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll just suck him back to him.
That's also true.
6. Oh. 8. 13. 17. Slashing. And that's all I'm going to do.
Carry the one minus 100.
She broke my
Okay.
I'm trying so hard.
to break
To
my
break me or
I will break you.
okay.
Well, I am rolling terribly today,
Is
so
that your turn, Thüt?
Yeah.
All right. Now it's Maryna's turn. Please move her six spaces.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that fair?
Sure.
That's kinda...
why would I be running there?
Because they asked you to.
But I know I'm gonna die.
You don't know that.
I'm assuming I would die if I got on that altar.
I think that's a player assumption. Maryna,
No.
who's friendly right now to the prince,
It's true.
why would he want to hurt you?
Because he killed my daughter.
And then takes actions in the most favorable way it can.
Fine.
Yeah.
And actually, this particular one doesn't say anything about, non-suicidal tendencies. So it's this.
Yeah.
You regard the vampire as a trusted friend. Why would your trusted friend ever do anything to intentionally hurt you?
Vampire.
Well,
Creature
it's also a stat
as a
block.
trusted friend.
Which means I can't attack him.
Right. You can't attack him.
Save me.
Don't worry. I have the lieutenant.
All right, is it
He's just gonna trip you.
my go?
You hit your head on the altar.
Yes, it is,
You die
'cause that's her
anyway.
whole turn.
That does not make me feel better.
She lived as she died as she lived.
I'm gonna
Buddy.
cast. Oh damn, that's second level. I thought it was first.
Oh.
And it's concentration. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
-2.
Bless is gone. Well, before I cast it,
Wait, isn't spiritual weapon concentration?
I have those.
No, it's not. Cool.
before I do that, let me see if my weapon can reach 20. I'll make my attack against what's his face, Hedran. My D4 doesn't help much there, but it's a 19 to 19 to hit still.
19 does hit.
Okay, so spiritual weapon damage is 11, radiant.
All right.
Then I'll drop the bless, and I'll cast Calm Emotions on Maryna. So, you attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people. Each humanoid within a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range can make a charisma save. A willing creature can choose to fail this saving throw if it wishes. If a creature fails its saving throw, choose one of the following two effects. You can suppress Charmed or Frightened. So I will suppress Charmed in Maryna.
Okay. You're going to need to make the save because.
No, she can. If Charmed is a condition and they can
Oh,
choose.
sorry.
Wouldn't that always then let them choose?
Does
Or no?
If she knows that she's being charmed, then she could willingly fail, right?
Alternatively, you can make a target indifferent. Okay, I don't want to do that.
The other thing is, does that count against a charm spell? Because this isn't a spell; it's a.
Just says you can suppress any effect, charmed or frightened. Only those two effects, charmed or frightened.
to Google.
So it definitely works on charmed, but whether or not she has to save, I guess, is the question. I'll make the cube in this direction, so if she does potentially head closer to the altar, I can keep that area there.
Yeah, you can suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened.
Yeah. Cool. Maryna, you are no longer charmed,
That's second level.
And I'm right there.
and you are right there.
But too
On the
bad
bad
you
side,
went
you're
before me
also-
instead of after me.
All right.
Don't walk in
So close. We rolled the same.
Was I supposed to roll anything for that? Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
I'll use my last 5 feet to go back 5 feet.
Cool. Let's see. That's going to be Callum. He's going to Scorching Ray. Two are going to hit. That's 2d6 per. All right. And Callum is going to move 3 squares towards Maryna. All right. And that's his turn. At the start of...
Did he miss?
No, he hit with 2 of the 3 rays.
Oh, sorry.
At the start of the prince's turn. You put this within melee of Wellby, please.
No,
on
not
the
me.
on the backside.
Not me.
A pack of wolves arrives.
As they do.
And I'm going to go ahead and roll them into the initiative. Natural one.
That
That's
actually,
not
I
good.
think that means they lost this tent. And they go somewhere.
That's
else.
actually-
They attack the prince.
If only.
'Cause they would be next.
Yeah.
If only. All right, so
Here I am wearing.
please
bunny
move the
ears.
prince up to Maryna.
Oh, he's falling over ill. Okay.
He's going to make an unarmed strike on you. 18 plus 9 to 27. I'm guessing that hits.
A little bit.
Not any harder than like a lower number would have.
1d8, 3 plus 4, so 7 damage. 7 bludgeoning damage. I'm sorry, actually, no. He's not going to deal damage to you. Instead, he's going to attempt to grapple you. So please roll a
Acrobatics
yeah,
or athletics.
acrobatics or athletics.
Acrobatics.
Okay.
100.
Is it a 1?
No,
Too bad.
it's a 6.
It's not good enough. You are grappled. Then, as this small child sort of clings to you like a small child clinging to his mother's skirts, he looks up at you, and you almost see a childlike innocence across his face as he smiles up at you. But then that smile gets bigger and bigger and bigger and reveals 2 fangs, and he's going to bite you. I know. Who knew that the kid would be a vampire?
Foreshadowing is what I'll call that.
Not see that coming.
14.
He's a Nazi vampire?
plus-
Can't have that.
Where is it?
Center of the moon,
14
Alice.
plus 9. It hits. It's 20, 23? 23, yeah. My math brain not work so good today. So you're going to
Good
take
thing word brain worked good.
1d6 plus 3d6.
Oh God.
That was the first one I grabbed. So you're going to take 6 piercing damage and an additional 11 necrotic.
You gotta take his vampire blood. That's what you have to do.
And reduce your hit point maximum by 11.
Hate vampires.
And that's going to be his turn. Okay. That's his turn. And
The quiet of
wolves.
horror.
now the wolves' turn. The wolves
Would have been better for us if they rolled a little bit better.
are going to attack Wellby
No.
because that's
I
what
don't see
they
why
I think
they would
you
do
would
that.
want to check again because
That's
I'm
what
pretty
they
sure that's
do.
wrong.
Have you read the script, Mike?
They're going to try to bite. On the plus side, that's not a very high roll. 9 plus 4, 13.
I'll dodge out of the way.
Very good. So yeah, there's 6 wolves behind you.
Shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
they're
a
all,
fan.
but because I don't want to track all that, they're operating off of one
A
turn.
swarm. Yeah. Okay. Swarm of wolves makes sense.
Oh, pack tactics.
Advantage.
It's worse. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
I forgot about pack tactics. Swings back around. Uriel.
Is he
God.
still moving?
Yep, he's still moving. 2, 3. No. 3.
Oh, he's not dashing?
I'm going to say no for
Okay.
this turn because I don't think he wants to be up front
Got it.
at the start of the vampire.
Well, that's 3 then.
It's the prince's turn.
Yeah,
And
okay.
then, yeah.
You got any
Yeah.
shurikens?
I think he has a short bow. Hang on.
And those daggers are right here still,
Yeah.
by the way. Where,
Oh.
where the 4 is.
Yeah, that's right.
All you have to do is walk him directly into it.
Nope. Actions. Spear.
That's 10 foot.
Ranged weapon attack.
He could
yeah.
throw a spear.
Yeah, he can. It's
technically.
actually 20 feet. Okay. So yeah, he's going to attempt to chuck his spear. He rolled 12 plus 3, 15. Misses.
Oh, that was
Does it
close.
hit her?
It looks like it's starting to go towards the prince, but one of the daggers in the cloud deflects it at the last
That
minute.
sounds right. Yeah.
That tracks.
It hits the spiritual weapon
Right.
and the daggers.
And it just
and
kind
it's
of
like, oh, no.
stabs into the ground next to the prince.
Almost,
So, there's
Uriel.
a spear on the ground.
Now
next to the
Uriel
prince.
is a disarmed guard.
Wooden spear.
At the end of Uriel's turn, the prince is actually going to take a legendary action
No.
and bite Maryna again.
I'm going to use my legendary reaction
Yeah, sure.
to say, no!
15 plus 9.
Distraction technique.
Yep. Sorry, Maryna.
She doesn't even answer.
So here's the piercing damage. You only take 1 piercing damage. Unless, wait, hang on. Unless he gets a plus.
Did you not roll any hit dice when we were resting?
I
If you
did. I didn't
rest?
get a long rest.
Yeah, but you could have rolled your hit dice.
You can do that now if you want to, because you would have. Roll whatever you got left. Plus 4. Okay, sorry. You would have taken 5 piercing damage, not 1.
A 0 is a 10, right?
On a D10?
Yes.
Okay, 10, 14, 17, then 4, 21,
Remember, don't increase your maximum.
23.
Is this plus anything? No, just straight necrotic.
Wolves.
Okay,
I
that
don't know what to do about the wolves.
I know what to do with the wolves.
Okay, good.
You'll be excited to hear it when I come up with it.
So will you.
And I do have bunny ears.
Okay. Sorry, I'm mathing.
That's fine.
What I
Just
would
remember,
do
don't
about
increase
the
your
wolves, I
maximum back
can't.
up because you did take that from
Yeah,
the
I have
right
that
and the
written down.
necrotic damage.
And
Okay, rock
technically,
on.
you should probably apply your hit points before the damage if it makes a difference.
I am.
Instead of after, yeah.
I'm glad I wrote everything down from before, so now I'm completely redoing it.
But I read if I drop concentration, she goes back to charmed.
If the effect is still prevalent.
But it probably lasts
I
at
don't
least a
like
minute.
having heard that.
Right? So that's the thing. Is that still is it the character? Is that's a toughie. It's toughy. It's toughy.
Okay, so
Very difficult.
It's difficile.
It would help with the wolves.
Multicultural.
okay, so -5 piercing, and more necrotic damage, or no?
Yes. Have you calculated all your hit dice?
Yes, I think I'm there now.
Okay, so an additional 13 necrotic damage that also lowers your hit point maximum by 13.
By another 13.
Correct.
Oof. This is no good. No good. I uncharmed you. That was about all useful I could do.
You're only a cleric.
If I can't get your max health back up, I can
And
heal
he's-
your other health.
Yeah, he's really far away too.
Best thing I could do would be to try and
All right, so we
Stop
all
him from hurting
calculated, Maryna.
Yeah.
Okay. So Uriel just went. Now it's Thüt's turn.
Wellby, run! That's my plan for the wolves.
It's a good plan.
Yeah,
Solid.
Yeah, I think so.
Very solid plan.
And while I'm kind of moving around this way, so I can get a better, clearer shot.
Uh-huh.
While I'm walking up, Wellby, run, and I'm gonna say, Lieutenant, smash the altar, and then I'm gonna, I guess I'll Eldritch Blast him because I can't do anything much else.
He doesn't have a weapon anymore.
He does his body.
Rock on. It's like one of those Mortal Kombat
There's
things
rocks.
where you have to press the button really
Yeah.
fast. Yeah.
Or Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, break the car,
Sure.
man,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then we just push it over.
Yeah, rock on.
That's what I'm gonna ask him to do. All right,
I love how you're treating the guard like he's
natural one.
charmed by you.
Can I
That's
use
gonna
my
miss.
reaction? It's been
you'd
a
like
while
to,
since
yes,
I've used it to
absolutely.
let you re-roll.
Sure. 17,
17 does hit.
and then not 17.
Is he still angry?
No. So there's a
Oh,
chance.
that's to hit.
Oh, 16.
16 just hits.
Okay,
So yeah, both hit. Roll damage.
cool. So actually, the first one was higher. The first one was an 18. I thought it was a +6. So keep in mind, I'm going to do my necro first. So, okay. 1, so that stays as 1.
Okay.
Can't half that.
Right. You're right.
5, so that'd be reduced to 3. And then, here's my D10s. 5 force, 1 force.
So 6
Yeah.
plus 4.
I'll pull him 10 feet closer to me.
Okay.
Opportunity attack?
No, because it's.
Do you go with him?
That's up to him.
I'm gonna say make another grapple check. Because he's getting moved involuntarily. You can't make a.
Yeah, that's true. No opportunity attack for sure.
We rolled pretty high though. What's your? What'd you roll, Maryna?
19.
Ooh.
Strength plus.
Finally rolled a good roll.
21. Sorry.
Such a strong 10-year-old.
Sorry.
Sorry. Bye.
All right. So.
So she goes with him?
She goes with him.
Okay.
So she's in that space. Yeah, between.
Yeah.
Cal
It
and-
worked out. Oops. He's so agile.
Yeah, he's hard to keep standing.
He's doing flips. His schlong's out, guys. Why didn't you said the
golly.
prince was wearing clothes? I don't. Is that his new clothes?
That's the
Yeah.
The Emperor's
You
new
beat me to
clothes.
it.
Yeah.
That's the end of your turn, Thüt.
Sure.
All right. Maryna, it is your turn. You are no longer charmed by ye olde prince.
Oh, that's convenient.
Eat him.
Yeah.
Just press the eat him button. That's how we always win.
F for respects.
Question. With the extra attack thing at level 5, is that second attack a free attack or is that considered a bonus?
No, it's
Free. You
Yeah.
could do.
Awesome.
assuming you make a melee attack.
Great, because that means with my Mystic Frenzy, I'm going to attack him twice with my rapier and then
She can do like a dagger.
Yeah. You
Rapier,
can use
rapier,
your bonus
rapier.
to make another attack.
Rapier,
a cantrip
rapier is
attack.
much harder to say.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to
but
start
would that
trying to
be
say
disadvantage since I'm in melee
it.
with the
Gift
Eldritch?
somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's free.
It's free. You may as well.
Yeah, I'm going to.
You could do Toll of the Dead. You wouldn't be at disadvantage, but it's probably taking less necrotic damage. So
Toll of the
Dagger,
Dead,
dagger.
he's got to make a wisdom
Hit,
save.
suck his
Yeah,
blood
but
up.
He is only going
In
to
the
take
blood
heart
bag.
damage. No, don't do that.
No, because if I stop touching my rapier, my right damage goes
Hey,
away.
stop touching your rapier.
But you can make 2 weapon attacks and a cantrip.
You're what? I don't know what you are. See,
Blood Hunter, Mystic
I-
Frenzy.
With the rapier and the right damage, I can take damage equal to my level, which is hurting really bad right now, so that I can make extra damage whenever I make a melee weapon attack. But if I stop touching that weapon, the right goes away.
hold on to with one hand.
All right.
Eat him.
Suck his blood. Yeah, bite him back.
Ow.
Screw that crap.
22
22
yeah.
does hit. Absolutely.
and 13.
No.
13 does not hit.
Okay. 1d8 plus 6 plus d6. Rolled a freaking 1 plus 6, 7 plus 3, 10.
10 total or 10
Yes,
for that
10
first
total.
strike?
10 for that strike.
Okay.
And then Eldritch Blast, which is at disadvantage, right?
Wait, okay, yeah. That's a disadvantage.
Purple and pink or a pair. Which means I have to take the low one, right?
Yes.
Disadvantage, yeah.
Disadvantage, correct.
8
8, I'm sorry to say, does not hit.
and 18.
She gets 2 beams.
Oh. I'm sorry. I was like, no, disadvantage. You take the lower one. I don't need to know what the higher one is. Yeah, 18 hits.
Whew.
That's why she paired the dice up to say
Yeah,
which one was which with the disadvantage.
2.
2 whole damage?
Hey,
Force damage.
Yay.
that wasn't bad turn though in terms of damage. The rolls weren't super high, but 2 hits.
Yeah, there you go.
2 hits out of 4.
Not bad. One was at 2 were at disadvantage.
That's true.
So that's your turn, Maryna?
But I absolutely killed Van Train Elucidator in like 1 turn.
That you was. He was more of a plot device, but yeah. Oh, no way, I'm thinking of somebody else. Yes, you did. Rock on. Wellby.
I'm going to cast...
Non goo puppies nipping
Wait.
at your heels.
Not within 30 feet. And if I move, they're going to bite me. Hell with it. Opportunity attack. I'm going to move.
They did not roll high. Highest was a 6 plus 4, 10. Nope.
I'm going to cast... Well, before I do, can I ask a question? If I would know if, in my wide travels, if vampires were immune to blindness.
Do I know if vampires are...
Otherwise, I'm going to cast blindness.
Yeah, I would cast blindness.
Yeah.
I heard a fun theory about why you can't see them in mirrors.
Yeah, go for it.
I know it.
I cast
Silver.
blindness.
It's the silver that they
Silver in
used
the
to use as the
mirror.
reflective.
Modern mirrors, they're
Yeah.
He must
would-
make
would
a
be.
Constitution
It's,
saving throw, which
Yeah,
he's probably
there you
good
go.
at.
a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
What's your plus? Plus 4 on con. 12 plus 4 is going to be a 16.
That's what he needs. And that's another second level spell. I will pull my spiritual weapon over as my bonus
All right.
and try to chop him.
All right.
That's a 19.
19 does hit.
9 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And with my last 5 feet, I'll go here.
All right.
That's it.
That's it. All right. It is now Callum's turn.
That blind would have been nice.
He is going to attempt to pull Maryna forcefully out of the evil guy's hands and drag her back for probably 10 feet. But hang on. I got to roll first.
I'm just scooting him.
I know what I'll do. I'll soldier blast Maryna.
Callum rolled a
Pull her 10
10.
feet closer.
Callum rolled a 10. The vampire rolled lower, but what's his plus? Plus 4. Oh, shit. With his plus, it's an 11. Damn it. So Callum cannot break the grapple.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't need to move up for that. He was within melee of Maryna already.
Well, Maryna is in his space. No, oh, I guess she's not.
Yeah.
He's grabbing her,
Okay.
not the vampire.
Okay.
All right. That's his action.
That was not a
Mommy
good-
is touched out. Stop
not-
touching.
Not a good turn, guys.
Oh, Dark One's own luck. He can add a D10 to the roll. Yeah. 4. Callum wins.
Yay!
Okay.
Drag her back 10 feet.
Cool.
Beautiful. I'm so glad I looked at his sheet again. All right, so yeah, that's his action, his movement. Okay. Your move some space 30. Yeah, 30, so you can only go 2 spaces. No, he can go another one.
You need one more.
Yeah, well, hang on.
If he's dragging her, that's as far as
Which
he can go.
makes it half, and then half again because of the difficult terrain. He can only
Okay.
go. He can only go 5. Technically 7.5, but
Okay.
all right, well, he can't bite you anymore, at least until he moves.
And to bite you.
Right, and then he'd have to make an attack against you to grapple you. All that stuff starting over again.
Too bad he's not blind.
Yeah.
Will
That
be.
would have helped you.
All right, so that's
My spell says
Callum's
16.
turn. It is now the prince's turn. The prince is going to look over at Thüt. Well, hang on.
Yeah, I'll stick out my axe out. Screw that crap.
The prince is still going to look at Thüt, but he's not going to bother trying to charm him. He is going to go over and do an unarmed attack, though,
At Thüt?
at Thüt. All right.
I impose disadvantage.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, I have a hard time reading.
Yeah,
it.
he
Can
does
I really?
have a-
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
can. I have entropic ward.
All right, so the low was a 5. 5 plus 9 is 14.
Fuck. Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right, so you are grappled.
Do I get to contest that?
Yes.
Yes.
You have to roll a strength save.
Athletics or acrobatics? I'll choose
Sorry.
athletics.
Yeah, athletics.
Okay. 23 is what I rolled.
23 beats the DC of 18. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you were not grappled.
Yeah, so
okay.
screw that
In
vampire.
that case, he's going to try to attack you again.
Wait. Not to. Is his hit.
He has a multi-attack.
One of them is to grapple?
Instead of dealing damage, the vampire can grapple the target instead with a DC of 18 at the end of his unarmed strike, and he gets 3 attacks.
But can't he only break
For
out
2
on
attacks.
his turn if his grapple isn't... A normal grapple check happens contested, but there are some creatures in the book where if they hit to grapple, they grapple, and you can only try to break out of it.
It said that it
on
has
your
a
turn.
contested DC of
Okay.
18.
Right.
Sorry.
All right. Sorry.
Right. So the second one was worse than the first one. So what's your AC?
14.
Okay, yeah, he rolled like 2 less, so he wouldn't have hit
Less.
Good.
anyways. All right, so he does just get up in your grill, but
All right.
also there was the start of his turn that I forgot to do. And he started his... Did he start? No, because you pulled him out of the
He's
daggers.
probably regenning.
Okay. You pulled him out of the daggers. So
Yeah.
he didn't take that.
For now.
Those are his 2 of those. All right, rock on. That's his turn. Wolves come up. They do not get to ignore the difficult terrain, so they only come up 3 spaces.
Are they difficult out here, too?
Yes.
Okay.
Their speed's 40 feet, so they can come up on an additional foot.
Ugh.
Puts him within range.
Okay, and then they're going to take their bite attacks at Wellby.
Darn,
45
should've-
fight attacks.
Should have moved one more that way.
Oh, natural 20.
Yep. Use luck. Make them re-roll an attack that hits me.
Okay. 15 plus things.
Yes, but it's not a natural 20.
Yeah, it's
True.
not a crit.
So 16 it would be.
Okay.
That's
no,
good.
16 does not hit.
16 does not hit.
17 with my shield out.
Hey!
So I use Juniper's shield and bat away his jaws.
So they try to surround you, but you just turn around really quickly and smack all their faces.
Yes.
Well, that's going to be the wolf's turn.
I'm just worried about concentrating. So
All right, so
Yeah.
General Ally number 2, Uriel, is going to run and grab his spear.
I got my spear.
And he's going to turn around and chuck it at the prince.
I mean, a spear has 10-foot reach. I think he can just hit him.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, a spear has reach.
Does
Let
it?
me pull up the stat block.
Some of the polearms
I thought a
definitely
spear
do.
did too. I could very well be wrong. I'm dumb.
It says 5 foot on the stat block.
Damn.
And I got this off of D&D Beyond.
Oh, you're
so-
fine.
Okay, so
What's the point of a spear?
it's +3 to hit. He rolled a 6.
Good
6
for
plus 3 is
picking your
9.
teeth.
No. So now the spear is up next to the prince again.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do it.
That's the end of Uriel's turn. Thüt, speaking of your turn.
He's in your grill.
Yeah, he's super much in my grill. How strange. All right. Stabby stab.
Stabby stab. You don't have a stabby. You have
Slashy slash.
a- Okay. I was
Hacky hack.
confused.
Yeah, hacky hack. Ugh. Okay. I know it hits. I don't know why I'm being dramatic. It's 19 for the
19
first one.
hits.
And natural 20.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great.
Roll your wonderful bean damage.
Yeah. So my D12. So I get to roll 3 D12s and add 12.
Hey, Mr. Thüt, as the guy running the thing, can't you add a smite onto that if you got a natural?
Yeah, I
20?
could.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's true.
Do it.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. 11,
Thank you.
22
Not to backseat drive your character. Right?
plus 12.
Is it
so-
this
34.
necrotic?
None of this is necrotic.
Rock on.
So we're at 34, and then I can Eldritch Smite on that one.
Yeah, that does
Okay.
more than he stole from me.
Yep. It's my last Warlock spell slot. So
Hold up, guys. Pause while we take a rest.
which is so we're at 34.
Shame.
So then I have to add a D8 plus a D8 per spell slot, so 5 D8s. It's pretty good.
What kind of damage is that?
Force.
Cool.
Very cool.
Ooh. 12. 22. 29.
Fuck.
So 34 plus 29.
So
Plus your hex, which is halved.
Plus 2 D6 is half.
3. You
don't
crit.
bother rolling. You've killed him.
Oh, yeah. First 3. So that's 7
So he
10
chops off his
half to
head.
5.
Okay. So you bring your axe up, and
34,
you slash him once, and he looks very, very hurt. And you bring it around again. This is the nat 20. As you come down on him, you cleave him in twain.
That's what I hoped that would happen, yeah.
And then the force damage takes effect, and his whole body sort of explodes outwards and just turns into mist that just kind of fogs and rolls around the area.
Quick, everyone.
You really blow it away.
Thanks for listening to Date Night. I hope you're enjoying our special Potato Crew finale episode. We wanted to take a break and let you know what's coming up next for our podcast.
We're back! It's Sam and Eva over here. We're finally back from recording a very special mini arc that we were recording concurrently with the Potato Crew. And Eva's going to tell you a little bit about it.
Our next mini arc follows my character for season 3 at the monastery where she grew up as she and her friends go from initiates to full-fledged monks. And it's my favorite.
It sure was fun being the temporary GM there for the Potato Crew arc, but I was also really excited about the new campaign and the little mini arc that we had with the monks. It was a lot of fun.
I was really happy to have Mike step in and carry the GM load for Potato Crew. We had a blast, and if you really enjoyed that arc and the characters, it definitely won't be the end for them, and their actions will have influenced the main campaign going ahead.
Come back next week where Mike answers our questions about the Potato Crew campaign, and then the week after that, we meet the monks of the Monastery of Arcus. For now, let's get back to the final battle in the ruins of Caerunn.
So do I feel like he's still hexed?
I don't like that face! Stop it! No, don't be evil.
Instead of falling unconscious.
Yeah.
He turns into a bat and flies away.
No, he doesn't turn into a bat. He's turned into mist.
Missed.
Kill the dust!
Kind of like our kids were trying to slap the dust mites and the
What
dust
does
motes.
Hex say? When the target dies, it's removed until?
Bonus action to transfer to new target if initial target drops to 0 hit points.
Yeah.
Drops to 0 hit points. So the hex is ceased.
Okay.
It's dropped to 0 hit points. All right. Can bonus action move to the wolves? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So that's your turn, Thüt. Yes? All right, Maryna, you're up.
Oh.
The
I want to look up at the sky. You're next.
So what you see in front of you is a body that just turned into mist in front of Thüt, and the wolves are still active. What would you like to do?
Feeling awful sick right now, but turn towards the wolves and for the first time ever, Scorching Ray.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's the first time I've cast this.
Yeah, I believe so. I
Callum
didn't
must
know you
have
had
taught it to her.
That's how warlocks are. They teach each other spells. Uriel lived!
So far.
Uriel is still alive!
They're still
So far.
tied.
Yeah.
Shit.
He also hasn't done anything.
He was supposed to destroy the altar.
12?
On Wolfies?
I didn't have that stat.
Hold on, I've got three rays.
No. 12
13.
13 does hit.
14.
Nat 20
Nat 20 just barely hit. Yes.
on the cursed green die where Kira couldn't hit a tree.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Whew.
1 regular and 1 crit.
2d6, so 2, 4, 6 d6.
Yeah.
Yes.
60 d6.
Okay.
Right?
No.
You've done it. You've unlocked the Da Vinci Code.
What's that?
Stealing these orange things. 2, 4, 6. 5, 10, 15. Do I add anything to Scorching Ray?
Nope.
Oh, look. That's another 5. 5, 10, 15, 20 total.
All right.
Nice.
One of the wolves just burns to a crisp and falls over dead. One of the other ones looks pretty hurt. All right. Is that your turn? Any movement? Anything like any bonus actions I should be aware of?
Good work, Cthulhu die.
I think that's it.
All right. Wellby.
I'm going to use my action to disengage. Run from the wolves, because I still don't want to lose concentration.
All right.
And I'll move my spiritual weapon to the mist
Okay.
and make an attack at the mist.
All right.
I don't know if that's possible, but
Good try.
it's only a 13.
Does not hit.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right. It's going to be Callum's turn. He's going to turn around and move up to the wolves, and he's going to do a Burning Hands. At 5th level. Wait, why is this not showing up? Hold, please. I'm having spell list issues. So 1d6 per spell slot, so 3d6 fire damage on a... okay, so they have to make a save. Dexterity save. They nat 20'd. So they're going to take half damage. Starts at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7d6. 5, 6, 7. That's a lot of ones. Ooh, even more twos. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 5, 14. 14, half, 7 damage. Well, that was a 5th level spell slot I'm not getting back.
Yeah, really. Not until you sleep, buddy. Or at least take a little nap.
Man, that was a great turn, Callum. Good job, buddy.
Hey.
That's the end of your turn. It is the prince's turn. Is that little black thing the mist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The mist is going to move 30 feet towards the stone altar.
No.
Do you get an opportunity, maybe? No?
That's up to you.
He'd make it to the altar, I think.
Yeah.
He does.
You don't want to.
I'll have it if I feel like I can attack the mist.
Yeah, you make an intelligence check if you want to. I mean,
I swipe at the mist.
all right. Actually, I tell you what, we can make this a history check if you want.
I swipe at the mist.
All right.
Oh, it's 14. I'm probably
14 does not hit.
No. That was my. You said to do a thing.
Oh, okay.
You said to do a history.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were
Yeah,
literally
you-
saying you were swiping at the mist.
You said to do a history.
I know, but then you said.
Oh, I was sorry. I was joshing.
Okay, I didn't know that. Like I said, I have a hard time reading you.
It must be the bunny ears.
So it's 14 for the history check?
Yes.
It's missed, man. I mean,
Natural 20.
natural 20 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's good.
I guess. I don't know. They might not do anything. 9, 18.
He didn't let me roll damage, so.
Well, you didn't hit.
Right. So I'm saying it might do something.
Oh, okay.
24 damage.
All right. The rocks beneath you take 24 damage.
That's great. I do
Turn
it.
them into slightly less chunks.
Oh, okay. Guess we can't hit it.
Damn.
All right. That's Thüt's turn. Maryna?
No,
I
that
know,
was
it's-
my
sorry,
attack of
that's
opportunity.
You're right. Shit.
That was my reaction, though. And I have a lot of
That
cool
was Thüt's
reactions.
turn. All right. Wolves are going to try to bite at Callum because he's the target within range. 13 plus 4. What's your armor class, Callum? Yep, that hits. For 24 plus 2. Six damage. One reaches out and bites Callum on the leg, and he definitely feels it. And that's the wolf's turn. Ally 2 is going to be Uriel.
Should he go get a spear?
He's going to get his spear,
Perfect.
and then he's going to chuck it at the wolves. All right. 16. He hit something with his spear, y'all.
All right.
Yes.
All right. That's
A
awesome.
hero.
Well, I mean, without him, I don't know if we could have done this.
Would have been a very different fight.
That's true.
1d8 plus 1.
Hey,
might have
you
rolled
get
better.
9.
You got 6, so 7.
Hey,
7.
that's as much as the other guy did with his fifth level spell.
It's true.
You're all just chucking
true.
spear. This is how it's done. That's what he's thinking in his brain while he's peeing himself.
He might be promoted after
Yeah,
this.
after this.
Yeah. He faced down a... Yeah. All right, so that's his
Vampire,
turn.
A pack of wolves. with a
Now,
low spear.
Thüt, you're up.
Okay.
God, how has he not died yet?
Who, Uriel?
Uriel.
Yeah, I chose.
I know. You've chosen well for him.
Man, all right. I still want to go destroy the altar. So I want to start shooting at the altar.
All right.
I guess with my Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
I guess. That's really all. I don't have any spells. I don't have any spells left. So that's all I can do. I guess I'll do 2 beams right at that and try to start nipping away at it.
Okay.
Hopefully. Lots to hit the altar. It's over 20.
Okay, it hits.
21
Lots.
and 26.
Okay. Yeah, both hit.
Okay, so, and this is just, that's just going to be D10s. Oh, and I didn't add my charisma modifiers. No, never mind, that's something different. So, let me see. Yes, D10. Oh, that's a D8, Joshua. Well, there's your other D10. So, oh, that's not bad. 15 plus 8, 23 force damage on the altar?
Okay. They impact. You can see it kind of scores the surface a bit.
And I'll go that way. 1, 2, 3. I can't do that. 1, 2, 3. I can't do that.
All right, so that's your turn. Is that your turn?
Yeah?
Maryna?
I love those eyebrows. So that's your turn.
Maryna, you're up.
Callum's in the way of me hitting the wolves, isn't he? Or are we ignoring line of sight type stuff?
You can.
It's a
blast
big
around.
pack.
It's a big pack. Yeah, you can hit some wolves if you want to.
All Toll of the Dead, them.
Okay, you got to move up to them for that. Isn't
No,
that
no, that's
No,
range.
60 feet.
okay? My bad.
Bong. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I 100% recognize that I do not know everything about D&D. Wisdom saving throw. Do they get advantage on that? Because of pack tactics?
No.
Just advantage on attack rolls. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. It's going to be a 4.
Yes!
And they have been hurt, so you get the D12.
2d12s.
I rolled a 12 on one of them. Woohoo! And a 5. So 17.
Hey,
Hey.
for a cantrip.
Very nice.
You can do that while you're not within range. I was going to say, and weapon attacks with your thingamajigger.
All right.
As long as she's doing the rapier.
I could move up and say I stabbed them and then did that.
Yeah, that's not what I thought that was. Okay, is that your turn, Maryna?
Yeah. No, I can't because that's in. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, Wellby, you're up.
Actually, can I move 10 feet that way?
Sure.
Which
Sure
way?
you can.
This way. Got it. Trying to decide if I should push my spiritual weapon over toward the altar or what.
You could do
Does
that.
your guy rotate?
Yeah, I put him on a little rotating stand deal.
Said Luke Wilson.
Wow.
Wow.
Owen Wilson goes, wow.
Oh,
Luke
sorry.
Wilson did, wow.
That's pretty good.
Does he?
He does now. Okay.
The blonde one has a very broken nose.
I can't get within 30 feet.
Thanks,
of
Jackie
Maryna.
Chan.
I moved 3. Yeah. Spells can go diagonal anyway, so I don't really want to be in that line. That's still 30 feet. I'll, with my bonus action, do a healing word to Maryna.
All right. Now, it's not going to increase your hit point back, but it'll bring
But you are below, you can take healing, yes?
Mm-hmm.
7 points of healing.
Yeah, you just undid my right die.
Well, something.
That is something.
You know what's sad though?
It's not really.
I'm now
a
at my
great
max.
Oof. Oof.
And
Stay away from the wolves.
that's my bonus. With my action, I'll just throw a sacred flame at those wolves.
All right.
So dex save for them, please.
14 plus.
It's probably gonna make.
2.
Damn.
So 16.
Just makes. That's
Alright.
what they need. That's my turn.
All right.
How did these get so far off the dots?
Callum's turn.
Using a 5th level spell, eh?
Callum's going to make his own history check, and that's not going to pass, I don't think. Except for, well, no, that's not gonna make.
Are we all allowed to try and learn about the mist?
Sure,
Just based on what we know about vampires already?
sure.
All right.
And your massive travels.
We did fight a kraken. I mean, fuck
Where-
vampire.
Kraken,
no, not
vampire,
it's a
same
it's a
thing.
15.
Fake. Also, can't see itself.
They're not fake. They're clearly real.
Can't see themselves for what they truly are. Life lessons.
What did you say, Will?
15.
15? You know enough to know that the prince is still alive.
Mm.
Okay. What was I doing? I was doing something. I was on
Callum was
Callum's turn.
attacking. He was
Callum,
trying
yeah,
to
sorry.
figure
He
out the
failed
history
his
check.
history check, so he's going to
He was taking a history test.
use his other one of his other 5th level spell slots, and he's going to shoot Scorching Ray at the wolves. So each spell slot above second, each an additional ray. So right now we're at 2 at second level, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 5d6.
I did math wrong. I'm not
additional
at my
ray. So it's 3 more levels. That's going to be 6 more d6. 66 plus 2.
Hold on. How many rays does he get base level?
3. Yeah.
So now he gets 6 rays, and then you get 2d6 per one that
ray.
hits. So roll the hits.
What?
Are you doing Scorching Ray?
Yes.
You're not doing Eldritch Blast.
You get
I
6
know.
chances to
yeah,
hit,
I'm saying. I know
and
you
each
know.
one that hits does 2d6, correct?
3 at second level, 3rd, 4th. Yes,
3
that's
to 12
correct.
at 11 level.
So 6 chances to hit. I'm gonna use that because my brain's not working.
Yeah, do the
other way.
do the hit first before you figure out how many d6s you need to roll.
That is a true statement.
I am not at max health because I did math wrong doing the right diagram.
Well, there's only so many times I'm going to be able to heal.
That's in that
Only 4
one.
away from max though.
That's
something.
4. That's 5. 3 of them are going to hit. So 3 hit at 2d6 each. So,
So 6.
so
Oh, wait,
66.
Scorching Ray. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's 66. Yeah, I knew you knew. I was just trying to work out in my head.
10, 13, 15, 16.
Smell the sauce. It smells good. Hungry.
My head hurts.
Well, you've been bitten by a vampire.
It should. You were
Coughs
drained
on-
quite heavily by a vampire. Your head should hurt. That's definite hangover territory.
Well, Marina's head hurts, but now Amy's head hurts, but now so does
Maryna
Marina's.
got weakened so hard that it's affecting Amy.
Yeah.
Except she started with a headache.
That's Callum's turn. Now it's Prince Hedran's turn.
What are you doing?
Trying to build.
Is he getting further in the altar
his-
here?
Yes,
how he's
he
going to
is.
come back to look.
Prince Hedran's mist seems to disappear beneath the altar and is no longer visible.
Okay.
And now it's the wolves. They're going to attack Callum again because he's still up in their grill. 19's going to hit. 3, 7, 7 plus. Okay. Alrighty. Uriel's turn. Uriel
His spear's by the wolves, I guess.
is going to go grab his spear, and now he's just going to do melee attacks against them. So he retrieves his spear.
Do it. Do it.
Get him!
Yeah, buddy. Plus 3 to hit. Okay.
They're not that hard
5
to
plus
hit.
3 is an 8.
No.
No,
Not enough. Not enough.
he does not get multi-attack. All right.
What?
I had to double check.
Sorry, Lonnie, come on.
That's Uriel's turn. Thüt, you're up.
Can
Okay.
he use his pole master feat?
You mean he doesn't have maneuvers?
He's going to spend a superiority die.
Right, exactly, yeah. All right. I watched the mist escape below the altar, so I moved the altar out of the way.
Okay, because strength check.
Sure, that's what I'm going to do.
Or athletics if you choose.
Oh, that was mean. That dice was mean.
Oh! It's not as good as it could have been.
It's in fact 12 less than it could have been.
It was going to be an 18. So it was
Oh, I thought that was a 16.
No, it
for me.
was 14 less than it would have been. Instead, it's only a 15. No, I'm kidding. It's 13.
Okay, the stone does not move. Also, make a perception check.
All right. Five.
He's having issues reading his dice.
Okay.
The 9 and the 6 on that one, it's just based on this little dot, and it's hard.
You don't get anything for a 5, sorry. All right.
You can get a foot long.
Okay, fine. You notice there's some sort of sandwich.
Prince
on the
Hedran
ground
snapped.
that appears to be
I
that
eat
appears to
the-
be
I
left
eat the
over in the
sandwich.
rubble. Maybe this is where the kitchen collapsed.
I eat the sandwich.
Okay.
All right.
give that to you
Do
as a
I
free
feel
action.
though, when I did do my strength, that it could be moved?
Not with a 5 perception.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's what the perception was for, that's fine. Okay, I thought maybe it was something else. I'm sorry. All right, I'm there.
All
Yep.
All right, is that your turn?
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Okay, Maryna, you're up.
I scream at the sky some more. Yeah, like I want to be He-Man. I want the sky to strike me by lightning and make me stronger. Is what I will.
The sky, and all the gods within are indifferent to your pleas.
Even the one that kind of knows me.
He's still indifferent to your pleas. He told you were cut off.
That's true.
You're moving.
Yes, I am moving up to the wolves, and I'm stabbing, and then Mystic Frenzy pew-pewing.
Pew pew stab stab.
Okay, stabs first.
All right.
14,
14 does hit.
because I'm assuming 9 does not.
9.
Ooh, 13 plus 6, 19 for the stab.
Okay, that hits.
No,
No, that's
that's
damage.
damage,
Sorry.
yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
And then are you tolling or blasting?
Trolling. Bong.
Bong.
Wisdom save. Once you finish catching up on math.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wisdom save, please.
Wisdom save.
Roll low.
It's going to be a 19 plus... Actually, that might be
Worth a
minus.
shot. They failed their last
Plus
one.
1, so it's a 20 total.
Moving on.
Wasn't bad. You did good damage.
Yes, I did for the stabby part.
You slashed open some wolves. How many wolves are left in this thing?
Not many. Approximately 35 points of wolves left.
Oh, okay.
So I killed a wolf, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Let's look this up and make myself feel better about how much I'm doing.
All right, is that your turn, Maryna?
Yep.
Wellby.
I guess I'll try to move that spiritual weapon over there.
All right.
10, 15. I
You
can move
can
it
make it.
to this dude.
Yeah, I'll let you make it. No problem.
I'll slash at the wolves.
Slash at the... Bark at the moon.
Yeah, 25 to hit.
25 definitely hits.
16 points of radiant damage.
All right.
And I'll throw a sacred flame at them for my action, I suppose.
All right.
So that's a dexterity save.
save. They rolled a 6 plus.
That won't do it.
That'll hit.
Yeah, that's 14 points of radiant damage.
14 points of radiant damage. Wolves are there is a single wolf left, and he's going to. Well, it's not his turn. It's Callum's turn. He's just gonna couple of Eldritch blasts at it. Well, no, he's in melee range. He's gonna back up 5 feet first, and yeah, they'll get there. He'll get his attack of opportunity, which is a 5, so it missed anyway. So yeah. All 3 of those hit. It's mathematically impossible for them to survive this. So,
Here's your hex.
so the last wolf goes down. We are, for the moment, out of combat.
Okay.
I keep lifting.
Can I go aid him?
Certainly. I need both of you. Well, Thüt, you can make the
Can I
strength check at
Can I
advantage.
also cast guidance on Thüt?
You may. Once every 6 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. So Thüt, make a general roll, please. General strength roll.
Guidance?
Yeah.
With guidance?
If you can do athletics, you can add a D4 to an ability. Well, strength ability check is still an ability check. So any ability check, you can add a D4.
Okay.
And at advantage because Wellby is helping you.
Push right there. I'm not actually helping push. I'm saying push there.
26?
26 is a very good roll. And with that, you feel it kind of nudge a little bit, but it nudges in such a way that the stones around it kind of, you shift a post and it kind of scatters a little bit at the bottom of the post. You can see that this rock goes deeper than what it appears to.
Do it again.
Okay?
I'll help and cast guidance again. This time I'll help by shoveling or something, like trying to get some of the dirt away from around the base.
Or okay. Seeing that, do I feel like I need to move and like lift it from a different area? I do it again. I don't.
The thing that I'm struggling with is what would a reasonable person do, or what do I
12.
think Thüt would do?
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah.
So 24. It's not as good. Just keep lifting.
Come on, it's just a rock.
You lift it.
I'm busy. I'm watching.
I'm gonna start smashing it with my axe.
Okay.
See what happens there.
Make attack rolls.
Great. Am I still guided?
I can do it again. Well, it won't. It doesn't help an attack.
Okay.
And I can't help you with the attack. I don't think.
Flank it.
Sure. Give yourself advantage.
Okay. So I get 2. So
I'll
that was
distract it.
16. Okay, so 16 for both hits.
16.
16 plus.
Okay.
25.
Yes, both hit.
Dealing damage
Okay.
of questionable value. 24 points more to the altar.
Okay.
Smashy.
You do notice that small chips are slowly coming off the altar.
This is fucking dumb.
Small chips.
All right, look.
I'll cast Sacred Flame on the altar. Have it make a dexterity saving throw,
It
please.
It's a fucking
We've
rock.
done it! I'm gonna let this go.
That's 5 points of radiant
All
damage.
right. Looks a little scorched.
I imagine the minute on my spiritual weapon's probably up.
No, he's only done 3 attacks.
What's the guy's name? Hey, Lieutenant
Uriel.
Uriel?
Uriel.
Yes, yes. He comes bustling over.
I'm
We don't-
sure that you
we
are
don't
a,
need to use the
a
map
smart,
anymore.
a smart young
You
lad.
can if you want to.
A smart young lad. Is there a switch to like open?
I've never
It's not
actually.
from the city.
I've never actually been in this castle
Yeah, but
before.
you're smart. I can tell.
I don't know. This looks magical. Are any of you wizards?
I am a wizard.
I know some wizards can dispel magic.
This wizard has lots of magic. You're right. I disbelieve it sometimes too. But how do we take care of this altar?
I could go see if the Arcanist is available.
Is that his name?
Yes.
Argon.
Does he have dispel magic? No,
I don't
he's
know.
off in the back.
I don't know. I don't know what Wellby has.
I think that if I took a rest, I think if I rested on it, I could do it.
I see you remove curse.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my spell slots back.
Spell slots back. Do you have dispel magic?
No, but I have something else.
What do you have?
Oh no.
You're going to have to tell me eventually.
Yeah, but
I'm just freakishly curious.
I want to try to use counterspell on it.
Counterspell would be an effect that's attempting to be cast.
Yeah, I know.
This is not attempting to be cast.
Oh, I
this
know.
is cast.
I know.
I mean, you can.
No, I understand.
Missed anything imperative?
You missed
No.
Lieutenant Uriel saying that because Thüt asked him if there was a switch for the giant rock. He
Yeah.
said he didn't know that, but he does see that it appears to be magical, and he asked if any of you have dispel magic.
Not prepared.
and then I'm going to counterspell it.
Not for our battle. I did not. Have
What I'm
that
actually going to
prepared.
do is something different. But
Can I
don't
look
have the
around
spell
for
slots
a switch or a
Sure.
hole that maybe goes under or anything?
I'm going to spend 10 minutes trying to lift it,
Okay.
and then I'm going to.
That's 100 athletics checks.
Keep
Yeah.
rolling. I'll give you a quick hint. None of them are going to be successful.
All right, ready?
All right.
It's getting higher. 26.
While he's getting a hernia,
It's getting higher.
can I look around?
28.
Oh, not quite.
Natural 20.
Ooh,
I
not
rolled
quite.
a 18,
18,
19,
20.
20. Wow, I wasted those. Hold on, can I add the guidance?
Sure. Go
Okay,
for
great. 4 out of 4. Not bad.
That's great.
That's
24 plus what's your athletics?
Oh gosh, plus 9.
33.
it. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Not quite.
Gosh.
I'm
think
just
one
going to
more.
go get the Arcanist if that's
Yeah, you should do that.
all right. Oh, Uriel runs off,
I'm flipping off the sky.
and in a few minutes, a very haggard-looking Arcanist from what the guy that you met yesterday comes over, and he looks very tired. He's like, I've got.
Just move this rock.
Get the rock move. Get the rock move, please.
He dispels magic.
Yay!
So the shimmer stops, and you notice that the sky is no longer torn asunder.
Oh.
The wound between realities begins to slowly close.
You're pretty strong, wizard.
Well, thank you.
The Arcanist came and dispelled the rock, and now the sky is healing.
So Thüt, you look up and you still see the tendrils trying to get through, but they're slowly They're
Yeah.
slowly being like either reacting back in pain, or just some of them are being cut off and they sort of dissipate as they fall off the main body. The amount of other inky presences slows, and eventually everything stops, and the sky is still cloudy, but you don't see this gaping wound in reality anymore.
Your name is Arcanist?
Well, that's my title.
And you're a wizard.
All right.
Strong.
I'll still need to be seeing to the front if this is all right.
He's one of those reading wizards, isn't he?
The wizard turns around and starts running back again.
Okay. I want to try to lift the altar.
Okay.
Now that it's dispelled. Can't you use that 34 you just...
That's cocked. 18.
No.
It budges. It moves.
What?
It's been dispelled now.
Oh.
Is there a switch?
There is not a switch. Not yet, at least.
More. 26.
26. It moves completely out of the way.
Can I talk to her?
Certainly. You guys can do whatever you want to.
Okay.
Standard.
We'll
Your
get back.
benefactor
Uh-oh.
wanted him dead, right? Is he happy? Is he dead?
He kind of was dead.
Where is he?
If he was biting her like a vampire. Means he was dead. Now, you won.
I'm just wondering.
He's 60 feet away.
Does he have any...
Oh, sorry.
I have not heard him
I didn't realize y'all.
say anything after he disappeared.
Just wondering if he had any tips.
He's not happy with me right now.
Oh, all right.
We'll wait for Josh to get back.
Okay.
Oh, I figured I couldn't hear it. It's perfect timing.
That was the end.
Damn.
I just had one question
You
for
can go
her.
if you want to.
Nope.
We've all gone. Except Mike.
All right.
I'm nervous drinking water here because I don't have alcohol.
So everybody make a history check.
Okay.
And yeah, sure, Uriel can make one too.
Oh, shit! Uriel nat 20.
Uriel got a nat 20!
Let's sit back and let Uriel lore dump on our chests.
Yeah, that's a good
Give
idea.
us a Chicago steamer. What's it called?
Yeah,
Of a lore
Chicago,
dump.
yeah.
Cleveland. That's
Tell
it.
us a story.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's all gather around Uncle Uriel.
Good idea.
I didn't even have the stat block for it because I thought you guys were going to.
Oh, you're not going to not
Gathered
Uriel.
around Uncle Uriel.
I pulled that name out of my ass. You asked me what his name was.
What did I tell you? Don't put it in the game.
Oh God!
Could have been worse.
We were
It could have
just
been
having that
preachy.
He
conversation.
is a 1/8 challenge rating. It is
Not anymore.
literally
Not anymore.
the guard stat block.
Look at our semicircle around
my
Uncle
God.
Uriel.
Oh, this game is a fucking lot.
Please, Uriel, tell us about the vampire.
I remember one time I was at my studies because they teach us gods how to read.
Wow, must be nice.
I don't read really well, but I don't even know if this was the right accent that I had picked for him originally. But I read one time that vampires.
Just one time, and I remembered
So
it.
Thüt moves the stone, and you see inside what appears to be a hollow stone coffin, in effect. And the mist is just swirling around within. I remember that vampires, they don't like what is it? Sunlight or
Urine?
running water.
Aha.
I think they have to be submerged in running water.
I pee. Yeah,
a lot of pee.
We pee. I'm a big boy.
Don't
I don't
cross the
think you
streams, all right?
I don't think you have enough gallons.
Can I give
Don't
him?
cross
Can I
the
cast
streams.
guidance and give him
A
advantage on his
a
constitution?
6x2 by, let's say, another 2.
We're both peeing.
Oh no, I don't have create water prepared either.
6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 24 cubic feet of coffin space.
Right.
And that's being conservative.
Instead,
No.
remember that item you gave me? You're gonna regret it.
What did I give you?
That one that had some
It was-
error in it, the spell book.
Oh, yeah. I remember that now. Did I give you something with running water? Really?
The bath one. Wash, not wish.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah.
I have been trying to loop things together as far as story arcs, and it appears the dumbest fucking thing I've ever done is the most complex, situationally perfect thing. You guys didn't even have to buy that.
We didn't buy
Oh
it.
my
I stole
God,
it.
you stole it. Oh, fuck me running.
That's
That's
right.
funny.
Well,
So let's
he earned it actually
All right,
because he
so-
fixed the guy's car.
the way we've killed the BBEG of the
Yeah.
campaign is
With wash.
with a fucked up broken wish spell that you only learned would work from the fucking NPC that you basically creachied that wasn't even supposed to be here in the first place, who also somehow rolled a natural fucking 20 on his history check.
Yeah.
I need, if we have
This is
any
everything
actual
D&D
fans who
should
ever
be.
listen to this, there's got to be some mathematician out there that can calculate those odds.
Small.
Yeah,
Narrow is the word.
that is fucked. So,
I think Forset is on our side, guys.
so who wants to read the wish spell?
It's his.
Can you read?
I cast guidance.
I have an 8 intelligence. Can I read?
Yeah,
just
sure.
Slightly below.
You
that.
know,
Yeah,
you know,
10's average.
you know common.
Right. That's
So
what I'm. And giant.
Yeah, well, this is written in common. So if you can read common, you can read this.
I read it.
So Thüt reads out a wish spell. If anybody who's got any kind of arcane knowledge would know, okay, as he reads it out, it doesn't sound. You don't have knowledge. You have just.
I have +4 to Arcana.
plus
Okay.
10.
You guys realize that
You're
some of the
making me an old man.
syllables.
I have +10.
Some of the arcane syllables don't sound quite right. And as he finishes the spell, the page, which regenerates daily, the page burns and poofs out of the book. And a bath's full of water dumps into the coffin and swirls around to wash the mist, thus dispelling the vampire.
That's the best.
And then I pee on it.
Cleanse the world
I pee in
of
the
this.
Well,
evil.
the bath water at the end of the spell disappears.
I try to beat it down the drain.
Sure.
You know how you do. Flush early.
Oh my fucking God.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. However,
I have. Go ahead.
at the when this mist dissipates and the portal has closed and all is seemingly well, you hear distant cheering.
Good.
Kira.
Kira's
Who?
not here.
Sorry. I've had a long day.
So have I.
Maryna,
Why do my characters almost all die repeatedly?
you did not kill the vampire with your dagger.
No, I did not.
He died through a means that your benefactor has not been pleased with.
There was nothing to be sucked up either.
You hear, you never even tried
No, I
to
didn't.
use your dagger. You hear in the back of your mind a very, very angry southern genteel gentleman. And the last soul between you and me, you have failed. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Do I see any physical reaction happening to Maryna or Callum is the question I was about to ask.
Callum's already undergoing the effects of his curse because his original contract was broken. She still had time. Depending on the outcome of this roll, we'll tell you whether or not Maryna has physical symptoms.
Constitution?
Yep. Constitution saving throw.
9.
9 is not even close. Maryna, what's your hit point maximum?
7 at this point.
Low.
Yeah, it's not large.
I will rephrase. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 20.
24.
You have 4 hit points.
No. Oh, my current hit points is
Current hit point maximum.
with the right damage. It's 41.
Okay.
After the right damage goes away, then it's 48.
Okay. It's reduced by 20.
I asked her to give me the dagger so we can end the curse.
She's right here. Screaming terror and pain rips through you. Something is very wrong.
Well, she's on the ground right now,
Mm-hmm.
writhing in pain. So she can't hear you right now.
Give me the dagger and we'll end the curse.
Thinking back to when I had ovarian cyst burst and whether or not I could actually hear anything when that was at its maximum.
I start going for a bag.
Okay.
It's on my side.
The dagger's out.
No, it's like, yeah.
I would have probably seen where you usually store it. If it's where you usually store it, I'm going for that.
All right.
I'll help.
You're both going to grab a one-handed dagger?
No, but I will, like, if she tries to stop
Oh,
him or
okay.
anything like that, I'll hold her down.
I would like to
I'll
hold it.
sit on her.
I would
Maryna,
like
do
to.
do you attempt to stop them? No? Okay.
I would like to hold it in the pot holder,
Certainly.
the oven mitt.
Yep.
Yep. And with, well, I don't know if I need to touch her. I'm going to cast Remove Curse on Maryna.
All right.
It is touch. At your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end.
Okay.
So I will cast that on you.
Due to the extremely specific nature of this curse being a feature of the demon's blood that she partook that is still in her, it does not have any noticeable effect.
Oh. Do I expend it?
Yes, you did cast the spell. It had no
So it
effect.
probably won't work on Callum. I had saved those 2/3 just for that.
Callum, by the way, does rush over to your side when you double over in pain and attempts to comfort, but his voice is probably as lost as the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Potato Crew, are we trying anything else while we're here, or are we winding down from the encounter?
Wait.
I cast Remove Curse on the dagger.
Okay.
I'll tell you this. It says it does not remove it, but it removes the connection between it and the individual who suffered from the curse.
Okay.
So I'm going to try that also.
Okay. Maryna didn't take on the curse through the dagger. She took on
Okay.
the curse through imbibing the blood of the... Yeah.
Okay. I had to try.
Yep. It's good tries. Good tries. So, once again, Potato Crew, are we doing anything else, or are we winding down from the encounter?
Is this pain continuing and does it eventually ease up?
It does eventually ease up, but you have that remained sense that something is very, very wrong. And just like it was in your vision, the pain that is still there, even though it has lessened, feels like pure, cold, sharp darkness in your soul.
And it was 20 hit points.
Yes, it was 20 hit points. You're going to need to keep track of that.
Yes, and the other ones from Vampire.
Right. The ones
Couldn't
from Vampire...
that get healed by Remove Curse? The vampire, is that a curse?
That ends at...
say anything about it being a curse.
Oh,
It just
okay.
says necrotic damage reducing.
And it doesn't return till after a long rest,
Fair.
I think.
Yeah, that's what it says.
It
in the stat
removes. I don't
No,
have
you
to
better hope
hit
that I
the
roll
curse.
high tonight.
block. Oh, so you can rest, yeah. The sounds of cheering continue, and within a few minutes, what's left of the Eikeniri army comes charging down the street into the space, shouting cries of victory and "We did it!" and this and that, and they're clapping you on the back and giving you
the lieutenant.
giving you all potions and whatever medical supplies they still have. I can't do anything about your spell slots, but your health can come up to its hit point maximum.
In Wellby fashion, did not take any hits. Always running away.
No, the wolves didn't hit you ever? Oh, nice.
No, yeah.
They would have, but luck.
Yeah, I'll propel the lieutenant forward.
And you tell the tales of the shining lieutenant.
And then I say, and I pissed away the vampire.
He did.
Duke Greycastle himself listens with rapt attention to you telling the story of the lieutenant and the urination of the vampire.
Is the spear he used.
And he even looks to Uriel. He goes, "Lieutenant, is this true?" And he goes, "Well, within reason, aye, my lord." And he goes, "Captain Uriel, please take your place with your men."
Or you could stay with us
And
and
just-
be a general.
Among peons.
He moves into the crowd.
Uriel, no!
And this
I
chapter
cast
of the saga of Uriel
It's closed. For
comes to an
now.
end for now.
Uriel, no!
But the prince is dead and the king is...
The king is dead.
So now, please tell me this doesn't mean that Duke Greycastle becomes the king of Caerunn? Rubble?
that would be a Greycastle.
Are we moving on after this, or do you guys have anything else that you want to do left in Caerunn?
I heard there's a really nice pub. Ooh, no, that might not
Was
still.
a really nice pub.
Was a really nice pub.
Oh, interesting.
We should speak
it was
in the-
beautiful.
Yeah, we should always speak in the past tense,
Wait,
especially
is
concerning
this like a
Caerunn.
Barberton?
Yeah,
It's just,
Used to be
it's just
Caerunn.
Caerunn.
it's part of the
Used to be.
10,000
Formerly
cities.
Caerunn.
This
Right.
used to be
The
Caerunn.
territory,
Exactly.
the territory formerly
Look at
known.
every place we've gone used to be that place.
No.
Gast is still Gast.
No, well.
For now.
Gast is still there.
Last I knew.
For now, yes.
Last I knew.
Well, it's there for at least a while because of Osk has to grow up.
It's true.
I think we're done.
I would not have anything left to do here.
Maryna, anything left to do in Caerunn? You are escorted back to Eikenir. When you arrive, word has been sent. Excuse me. Word has been sent ahead of you of the great, glorious victory. When you arrive at the gates of Eichnear, they are wide open, a rare sight, because typically they're under very much lock and key, which is what you, at least, you lived in Eichnear for quite some time. It looks strange almost to see warm and open and inviting. There are banners of green and other bright colors hung from the parapets and from the homes of people, confetti and flowers in the streets as you are given a hero's welcome. You are taken up to the Silver Seat itself, where you began your adventure. And the Duke warmly greets you as he rode ahead of the main force. You all are given honorary titles within Eichnear as defenders of the realm. Not quite a lord, but certainly not commoners. You are allowed to purchase property within the sort of fancy district of Eichnear. You don't have to deal with the common rabble anymore if you don't wish to. And your records within the halls of justice of Eichnear are expunged. The Duke is pleased. Within the coming weeks, Caerunn is named a protectorate of Eichnear and is therefore part under the Duke's control.
Of course it is.
And he names Callum as the protector lord of Caerunn and is charged with its restoration. He is given a title back as well as lands and a quite hefty sum of Grey Castle silver to restore the city. Yes, Wellby.
Is he still burning up over these weeks?
Every morning, he wakes up drenched in sweat, hot to the touch, and it's not super discernible whether it's progressing, but he is still very much under the effects of his curse. And he does his best to see to his new duties, despite his obvious physical ailment.
I know it doesn't seem to have worked, but I would continue to try to pray and continue to try and expunge the curses from Callum and Maryna any chance I would get.
We'll get back to that.
Okay.
This is some time has gone past, so we can assume I've gone back to my regular new maximum.
Other than the 20 that you
Yeah.
lost at the initiation or the removal of your curse protection, yes. You're right, damage has ceased, and what you took from the prince has also faded. All right. So, Caerunn may recover. Eichnear is in a seeming moment of prosperity, having new lands and new opportunities under its control. But what of our brave adventurers? What would your characters have done in the seeming weeks? We're going to start over here with Thüt.
I build a shrine
Where?
where the altar used to be. It says Uriel
In
forever.
Caerunn?
In Caerunn.
Okay.
With the formerly known as Caerunn.
Are you making this sculpture, or are you
Yes.
having it commissioned?
No, I'm doing it.
By the
I
way,
don't have any money.
each of you, sorry, my bad. Each of you received 5,000 gold at the end of your adventure.
Well, that is a considerable
I
improvement
spend
over
1,000.
4.
Yeah, I had 63 left. I spend 1,000 of it
Wow.
commissioning.
Fuck.
Uriel forever.
Okay.
The shield and spear.
A large plaque is a large monument. I don't use gravestone. That seems rather morbid.
Yeah, he's not dead.
Yeah, a large
Monument.
monument. Yeah,
And
is
I want
erected.
him to actually what I'd like for it to be: shield on his back, spear, and he's like pissing on a grave of a vampire.
It is
Like the
thusly
pissing
erected.
kid.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is
like it's
thusly
a
erected.
fountain. Yeah.
How generous are you with the endowment on the statue?
It always shows from his back. No,
Henceforth he shall be known as Uriel the Blessed.
He was a rear guard.
yeah, exactly. So 4,000 gold. I would actually probably try to convince Wellby that there are creatures from that world that came through the sky, so we could go track them down.
Speaking of which,
Oh, see, I did it.
Don't rope me into this.
within the constraints of this campaign, from a mechanical point, you are no longer able to take levels in Warlock.
Sure.
At least not from this particular great old one. If you'd like to find another patron, that of course.
Please, other great old ones.
Right, that can be worked out, assuming you use Thüt at some point in time. One thing that is a lasting effect, since your mind has been permanently scarred in this way, you have the ability to see abominations for what they are
Cool.
permanently.
Scary.
So should you run across any abominations in the future, they can't use any kind of charms or
Trust me.
You've got your son.
they can't be considered
Exactly.
invisible from you.
Yeah, I have the sun. Exactly. That's the best way to put it. Yeah, I have the sunglasses.
Your Roddy Piper sunglasses.
I'm found. Yeah.
Is there anything else that Thüt would have liked to have done?
After that, no.
Okay.
We can
No.
play that chat out maybe in a little bit if
Sure.
you want.
Wellby, Defender of the Realm. What would you have liked to have done in the coming weeks?
Like I said, number one priority is further attempts to try and expunge the curse from Maryna and Callum if they would allow it.
One night, as you're praying the Duke puts you all up in hotel rooms for the foreseeable future because he owes you a great debt, and Duke is nothing if not aware of his business transactions. Every night you return, and it's got a nice view, this hotel room. Not as nice as the one that you imagine in your dreams sometimes, but as you're praying, you wake up in that beautiful apartment in your mind, and you're out on the rear porch overlooking the cliffs. And it's not Juniper Grace that comes alongside you. It's a beautiful woman who is shining so brightly that you can't look directly at her. Wellby, I have heard your prayers. There are things going on in our realms, our scope, as reverberations from your actions. The gods reach into the lives of mortals and affect them, but too also do mortals reach into the realm of gods sometimes. You have done this. Your actions have revealed the benefactor to be what he is, a fiend. And while we always knew this, we thought he was at least loyal to our cause. He made moves to undo our counsel and allow the beast back into your realm. And it is through your actions that he was not successful. As a thanks to you, you will no longer hear his voice, but I am saddened to say that you will no longer hear the voices of some of our other compatriots who took his side.
Do I immediately get a sense of who I'm losing connection with?
You no longer have connection with, and one of their...
Ithanandi?
Ithanandi is one, yes.
Good
and
riddance.
then, I'm sorry?
Good riddance.
Yeah. Pardon me, one of the names is fleeting from my brain.
Thumia?
Thamea.
Yeah.
Thamea is the other one. And Seth Ogma as well.
Oh, no.
When he was brought to trial, to our council for his trial, he stated that we should be allowed back to protect the mortals. And if the mortals were afraid enough of an outside force, they would welcome us back with open arms. I can't believe the others believed him or agreed with him. She kind of, and even though you can't look directly at her, you can see her out of the corner of your eye. She kind of just looks flabbergasted for a moment, but composes herself.
There are those on our side who feel that way too. Seth Ogma's knowledge was a two-way street, and there is talk in Cog.
There's talk. I'm sorry.
There is talk in Cog.
Karg.
That's where Dern is from.
Oh, rock on. I thought that was Kufo.
Kufo's the region, and Karg is the city.
Sweet, thank you. I will look into this. But in regards to your prayers specifically for Maryna and for Callum, there is an answer out there, but it cannot be found by any in the mortal realm. But I will place in your heart a compass, and if you follow that compass, you will find the answer for her and for him.
You can't help them. Is it a matter of me owing you, not having enough? I'll do more.
She places a hand on your shoulder, and you feel warmth and compassion and light flow through you, as you always have when interacting with her. It has a calming effect, but it is up to you whether or not it truly calms you.
It probably would.
She has agreed to this. Callum agreed to this. This is more than a curse. This is a contract. And contracts here, as well as in the hells and the abyss and all other realms, have consequences. The evil must be purged from their blood. There is one such person who exists not in the mortal realm but in the Feywild. I will lead you to them, if you wish. It will be hard, for the Feywild is not a place without danger.
All right.
Rest, Wellby.
One more question.
Of course, you have earned all the questions.
The dagger I have,
Yes,
is it still dangerous?
it will always be dangerous. The benefactor of Zalmutgran, he gives pieces of himself to these people. That is where they get their power. He wants them back at the completion of their contract, or at the breach of their contract. The dagger facilitates him recollecting his blood. But you have a powerful boon as long as you control it. He cannot take it back without it being given willingly. He will forever be incomplete because you hold the dagger. She leans close to you. Wellby, do not let anyone have that dagger, not even Maryna. It cannot be allowed to fall back into his hands. Nor can you willingly get rid of it, or he will find it.
I mean, I wasn't going to give it to like a thieves guild or anything. So yeah, I understand.
You have done well, and you have earned my favor. You have done very, very well, Wellby. And with that, the dream fades. Maryna, what would you like to have done in the past few weeks?
Probably stayed in her room quite a bit, trying to mentally recuperate from the absolute clusterfuck of the last few months of her life.
The pain fades. It never completely goes away. The morning sickness fades. You begin to show. Not much yet, but a little obvious bump is there.
Mm-hmm.
One morning, Callum finds his way to your room and knocks on the door.
Who is it?
It's me.
She opens the door.
How are you feeling? Wait, should I get my accents fucked up? How are you feeling?
Not great.
Well, it's somewhat to be expected, I'm afraid.
I feel like a duck sometimes.
Also to be expected, I'm afraid. I have somewhat of a strange request, if you will give me just a few moments of your time.
You deserve that at least.
He comes in and kind of sits down at the desk and tries to. He looks batshit terrified. Is the best way you can see it across his face.
Maryna looks a little haggard and haunted.
I've been given a title. I'm a Lord of Caerunn again, and I have lands and an income, and well, I have a house that hasn't been burned down, at least not yet. Maryna, I don't want our child growing up as someone who has to struggle. And I know that you have a title of Protector of the Realm now, but how many generations will that continue? How many offers is that going to afford them? A lord would have, or lady would have many more options in life. He's wiping sweat profusely off of his brow. You don't.
All I can think of is the pepperoni rolls.
And a little bit of smoke and steam just comes off every time he wipes his forehead. A little bit of steam. Poof, poof.
Maryna prevented herself from asking, is this house made of stone this time?
Yes, actually it is. I've made sure of that.
There's this new thing called fireproofing.
Let's hope he doesn't get a cold because he
Seems
might
pretty-
sneeze on the
The
door.
sheets
and
are
catch on fire.
asbestos as well. Sorry.
Soft
I
against
made
the
myself
skin.
giggle. Maryna, would what I'm trying to say is, would you become Lady Zamfarescu? You don't have to take my name, but would you, for our child's sake? And with the pause, you don't have to answer now. It's all right. I wanted to do what I can for as long as I'm still here. And then he kind of sits there awkwardly wondering whether or not he should leave. Are you going to roll a dice?
No,
Oh, okay. I saw you reaching. I was like, what?
fidgeting
We'll let fate decide.
for the child's
Let
sake.
fate decide.
For the child's sake.
I understand.
I hear that's a good reason to.
Ooh.
She's still pretty scarred from what happened before.
I understand. A house is also made up for you as well. At your leisure, I will be in Caerunn. Thank you. And he stands up to walk out.
And without really looking at him, she gives his hand a quick squeeze.
He pauses for a moment, kind of smiles to himself, steam still coming off his forehead, and then he keeps walking out and shuts the door
But now it's
quietly.
more like from like a cartoon, right?
Yeah. And shuts the door quietly behind him. And with that, the tales of the Potato Crew.
No, don't yet. We have to have a couple conversations.
Oh, conversations. My bad.
If that's all right with you.
Welcome to Conversation Street.
Could our characters have a couple of
course they can.
Those two?
final words?
You
I
guys
can go run and take
have
care of...
I
weeks to
definitely
converse.
want to talk to you too, but
You two have weeks to
Thüt wanted to
converse.
talk to me about
We'll do the
hunting
Thüt conversation first.
things.
Okay, good. I'll be
And
back in
there's
like 5 minutes.
Definitely something else Wellby would have done in his weeks. Okay.
I guess I find you somewhere eventually.
Probably cooking.
Interesting.
The Eichnery social district is not super big. It's understood that you would have probably run into each other.
I
a
don't
few
know
times.
if I'd be cooking if I'm in a hotel. Then I'd be eating.
Right. Meet you for dinner one night.
Sure.
Shawarma. I'm told.
Right, is what you
is
do
a
after
heroic-
the apocalypse.
yeah.
Oh no, these potatoes are choice. You want some?
And I'm just not hungry for potatoes right now. However, if you need to smash them, I can help. Remember Potato You? Wasn't that funny? I think about it a lot.
Especially
at
that way I
nighttime.
killed it one time in my
Right.
brain.
It's really well. They don't know
No,
about
they
that.
don't.
Who's talking? You good? I'm good. I'm fine.
I'm happy.
Yeah, right. No.
Kill them all. No, I'm just kidding. You don't hear those anymore.
Oh, good. When we fought the child
Yes.
and killed it,
Uh-huh. Maryna's specialty.
Oh my god.
she's lost a lot.
She killed that other kid in the death. You weren't there for that one.
No, but I heard tale
Yeah.
that she is a master.
Child
She
killing
is the
machine.
Black Widow of children. Wow. Was it 3 children in her life all died?
Anyways,
Anyway,
Potatoes. Yum.
served all rotten.
And with cheese.
Con queso.
this is everything I expected out of this conversation.
I feel like maybe if we're going to be defenders of the realm, we should defend the realm actively. I am going to go and try to track down and hunt the creatures that made it through. And I feel like you'd be good assistance. I don't know what your plans are, but you could help me if you wanted. I won't force you. Might go look for my new friend and hero, Uriel. Maybe I can enlist him.
I don't think his saga has ended yet.
There's no way.
Straight up making a new fucking character. It's gonna be the most badass character I have.
Fighter monk hybrid.
Flurry of blows. Bonus action. Action surge.
Action surge, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And for my action surge, I'm gonna and then I'm gonna rage.
I don't know yet what the long game looks like. But maybe I've heard tell that there's perhaps someone in the Feywild I may need to see. Maybe you and I could trade a favor of a... You could help me go there. I could help you with one or two of your monstrosities. But first things first, I have a toll house to buy.
What?
A toll house. It's
Like
the
for
most...
me?
I could give you a room, but everything in it might be a little bit small for
But
people your size.
You just said it was a tall house.
Yes. But it's a toll house for short people.
I don't want to live there. I didn't understand why it was a tall house.
Guest room.
I'll take it. I'll live in the basement.
No,
Don't pee on me.
it's... You'll see.
All right. I can do that. I can exchange favors. I'll come visit your tall house that's too small for me,
Yeah, it's made for people like me.
but it's tall
Yep.
for you,
Yes.
not me.
It has multiple floors.
Welcome to our next half
What
hour.
would you call a tall house for me?
A really tall house.
See, it's a good thing I keep you around. I wouldn't know what to call it. I just call it a taller house.
Taller house. Yeah.
Or like Toll House, and I would only serve cookies. Not a sponsor.
We're
That also
welcome to be
sounds good.
sponsored. We're welcome. You can get sponsorship if you want to offer it.
Well, no, that's fair. What's in the Feywild other than, goats?
There's a very special goat that has a potential
What did I
ability
miss?
to cure Maryna's ills. A magic goat.
A fairy goat
A fairy magic goat.
that can unimpregnate Maryna.
No, not that curse.
Oh.
The other one.
Oh.
The
I
one that like
misunderstood.
Callum has as well. Well, just bad example. The one she
He's
got.
cursed.
And slow wipe.
No. That's it, yeah. Had no clue.
Mike's typing something about a magic goat.
What else is in the Feywild but goat?
The other thing I would want to do in those couple of weeks is see if my title held any sway. I would send messages to Cliffshire. See if my title held any sway there to potentially be allowed to purchase said tall house in Clifftop overlooking the Golden Arbor.
So Eichnear is the city that I kind of made up. You
Yeah.
made up Cliffshire.
Mhm.
How well do they respect other lands' titles? Because
So-
I imagine there's quite a few titles in Harborton that are pretty
Yeah.
spurious. Eichnear is a well enough known city. The Grey Castle's an influential
Right.
family. So
I think the path Wellby would have to take would be to get papers from the Phantoms, probably, that he talked to. That didn't necessarily, you don't have to be a lord to buy a cliff top house, but you have to have a family name. So,
now I remember we talked about that with the Phantom Lord.
yeah.
I can't remember.
You told me something like I could get a lordship for the dagger.
Yeah.
I could buy a family name for like 10 gold. And I was like, my whole life, 10 gold.
Sweet.
Yeah, fixed it. So I guess his plan would be to buy that title for 10 gold.
You definitely have enough.
See if that old fella who I once delivered letters for and gave me a golden cliff top is still alive.
Okay.
Or if his house is available. Or if any other house, potentially near people who cook lemon pies or the Flying Hellhound, might still be available in Cliffshire.
The gods of probability are on your side. That house is available. The gentleman has not been heard of in a few years, but there are no known reports of his death.
I would buy that house with as much as the 5,000 gold as necessary.
Okay. We can work out the details of that later. You have enough. I just don't know what exact dollar amount to put on it right now.
And have that squared away, even if that was remotely getting it done somehow or what. But those would be things I would be trying
But
to
the
square
resources
away.
and the context at your disposal, I would say absolutely.
Okay. That would be number one on his agenda, to get that place before going anywhere. And then,
I guess you'd also pick a new name for yourself. Wellby of the Good Fortune.
I would probably have to take a more traditional family name. Though the name Good Fortune could still be used in passing as my own name, which I imagine it will. I'll think about the possibility of a family name.
Cool.
Okay.
Did the two of you wish to have a conversation?
I need to tell her about the
Of course
the
you
goat.
do. Would it be appropriate for Callum to be? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
She
Listen.
waddles in and she sits down on the chair.
Wow.
By the way, a ring would have been furnished, whether or not accepted.
She wearing a ring.
That's up to her. Yes, I love torturing all of you. This is fun for me.
I like how he ducks now. Just assumes I'm going to throw something.
I was fully assuming you were about to throw something at my head.
I make sure they're small and don't actually hurt that much.
Like bullets.
You wanted to speak with us.
Yes. Are you wearing a ring or not?
Or at least not yet. You don't have to decide to wear it right now.
Probably not yet.
Okay. Well, then I won't
Perfectly
have any.
rational.
I just want to know if I'd have any.
With the amount of shit y'all have gone
Knowledge
through,
of
it's
that.
perfectly reasonable that she would not be wearing a ring.
All right. I'll just say, look, we've tried the whole thing. You know, I'm apparently out of my depth in the curse that affects both of you, and I'm sorry about that.
This nothing to apologize for. This was something that I guess we've done to ourselves.
Contracts are difficult to navigate around, but I'm told not impossible.
His head perks up and he's got a look of sheer curiosity on his face.
There is a being of some sort, powerful, understands the, I don't know, criteria of chaos, maybe? In the Feywild, if someone or something could circumnavigate this sort of contract, I'm of the understanding it would be them.
How do we get to the Feywild?
I mean, it would take a little bit of research and maybe some guidance. But if you wanted to go, I think I might be able to get you there. I mean, if it's not imminent, it looks like you're suffering, but after a time, after a little bit of living, we could maybe face a different kind of death again.
What kind of timing are you talking about?
I don't know how long what you're dealing with would give you.
I think sooner rather than later. Big exaggerated cartoon collar pulling.
Yeah,
A little steam whistle.
I was afraid of that.
Surreptitious belly rubbing.
It's got to at least be after, if she's going to be coming along.
Do we have until after? I don't know. Every morning I wake up and I'm genuinely surprised.
You two would know that better than me. But I'll say when you're ready. I'm going to go to Cliffshire. Send for me or find me there.
Of course. Wellby, thank you for everything. I can't imagine you would want to ever return to Caerunn, but there will always be a place for you there should you tire of Cliffshire.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I thought not. I don't know how else to express myself. Boop.
Maryna,
Wellby.
eventually I think we all did the right thing.
It still doesn't bring our loved ones back.
No, it doesn't. Not all of them. I pointedly look at her and then at Callum. But sometimes we get lucky and find new ones. Or old ones.
I'm sorry. I I take tense situations and inject humor into them in my brain. I was thinking, and Callum spontaneously combusts. No! Sorry.
We're even.
About how long would Maryna be? How long has this entire adventure been?
Well, you were... I would say she's definitely into her second trimester. So 3 months, 4 months total.
Second trimester is like halfway. So it'd be, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
3-4 months. The whole adventure was a few weeks by itself, and then it's been a few weeks since. So.
And then a few weeks in Grey Castle's dungeon.
It was more like a few days.
Oh.
You wouldn't have survived a few weeks because you weren't fed.
Oh.
The dungeon is more slow execution, holding pens. Anything else?
I think if we are going to go to the Feywilds, sooner may be better than later. I don't know if I would want to do this while pregnant.
I'm confused.
I'm waiting.
yeah,
I'm waiting for some elaboration there.
Try again. You can edit that. Later might be better.
Sooner would be better for him, but going while pregnant would not be the best idea.
I don't know yet if you would have to be there for the contract to be broken, but I can try to learn more. I'll do so, and I'll send you the information as I uncover it. And you know I can do that easily enough.
Indeed.
Well, until then, don't burn up.
Anything else for the potato crew? No? So the story of ruined Caerunn may have passed, but the legend of Potato Crew will live on. Not only through the somewhat intertwined legend of Uriel the Blessed.
That's where you got to start.
Right,
Yeah.
of course. But also in future, hopefully, character or story arcs. Thank you all for playing. And I've had an absolute blast, and I hope you guys have too.
Yeah, good work.
Best.
And thank you for listening.
We hope you've enjoyed our date night together. Remember, you can really help us out by subscribing, rating, and reviewing on whatever platform you use to listen to us. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again in 1 week.